Good morning. Welcome back to the module Communication Theory, Learning Outcome 5, Topic 15. So, in this topic, we are going to study about non-coherent binary detection. So, basically, communication resources are classified into two categories. One is coherent receiver, and another one is non-coherent receiver. In coherent receiver, we are performing the synchronization operation. The synchronization is performed between the received signal and the carrier phase. So the carrier phase is estimated at the receiver side for synchronization purpose. Whereas in non-coherent detection receiver, we no need to estimate the carrier phase information, and there is no synchronization operation between carrier phase information and the received signal. So this kind of receiver is applicable in some situation, especially when the propagation delay is more, then the receiver cannot track the carrier phase information and cannot estimate the carrier phase. So in that case, we can go with the non-coherent binary receiver method. And in non-coherent receiver, we can extract the information by estimating the envelope from the received signal. Okay. Non-coherent means the carrier and data are unsynchronized. Okay, so for any arbitrary bit interval duration, the carrier modulated signal is represented by Xe of t. Okay, this is the mathematical expression for carrier modulated signal for non-coherent OOK modulation, where AK is the input signal, binary input signal. It may be binary 0 or binary 1. Then the corresponding signal energies are for binary bit 0, it is E naught equal to 0. For binary bit 1, it is E1, it is approximately equal to AC squared dB by 2. Then average signal energy for OOK modulation is denoted by EB, which is half of the E1, and it approximately equal to AC squared dB by 4. So this block diagram shows the non-coherent OOK receiver. It consists of bandpass filter, envelope detector, and a regenerator. In regenerator, we are using two input signal, additional input signal. One is bit synchronization, and another is the optimum threshold value. So the input given into the non-coherent OOK receiver is the carrier modulated received signal and added with the Gaussian noise whose power spectrum is N0 by 2. Then that combined signal is given into the bandpass filter. It has the response H of t. Then output of the bandpass filter, it contains the bandpass noise and it passes to the envelope detector. Okay, where the envelope of the received signal will be extracted. It is denoted by O of t. Then O of t is given into the regenerator to estimate the binary data AK gap. So non-coherent OOK receiver, it consists of a bandpass filter followed by an envelope detector and regenerator. So here the bandpass filter is modeled as a matched filter. So it depends on the rectangular pulse and the carrier signal. And the envelope detector eliminates the dependence on carrier phase by tracing out the dashed line of the response of the bandpass filter. So this figure shows the frequency response of the bandpass filter when the binary bit 1 was transmitted, and it has the maximum peak signal amplitude KE. Okay, so when the binary bit is 1, then AK equal to 1. And that time the peak signal component of the envelope is A1. So the peak signal component A1 equal to K into E1 is the maximum amplitude level when the binary bit 1 was transmitted. Where K is constant, it is related with the AC by E1. By substituting K equal to AC by E1, we can equate the amplitude of the binary bit 1 A1 equal to amplitude of the carrier signal AC. Then signal to noise ratio for OOK modulation is the ratio of AC squared by sigma squared, which is equal to 4 EB by N naught, or it will be equal to 4 gamma B, where gamma B is EB by N naught is the signal to noise ratio. and sigma square is the variance of the bandpass noise. So from the received signal sample y of tk, we can find out the conditional PDF with respect to the binary bit 0 and the binary bit 1. Now assume that the binary bit is 0, then the amplitude is ak equal to 0. Then sample value of the envelope is containing only noise. Then the conditional probability P of y given H naught follow the Rayleigh distribution, which is denoted by Pan of y. So the Pan of y is the PDF function which follow the Rayleigh distribution. Similarly, when the binary bit 1 was transmitted, then the amplitude ak equal to 1. Then the sample value of the envelope containing sinusoidal plus noise component. Hence, the conditional probability P of y given H1 follow the Ricean distribution, which is denoted by Pa of y, where A is the amplitude of the received signal or envelope of the received signal. So the conditional PDF of the non-concurrent OOK, when the signal to noise ratio is very, very greater than, in this case, the Ricean PDF has nearly Gaussian shape. So this waveform shows the PDF curves for the conditional probability of the received signal y for the given H0 and H1. When the binary bit is 0, then the PD function follow the Rayleigh distribution. When the binary bit is 1, then the PDF follow the Ricean distribution. And in this case, when the gamma b is very, very greater than 1, the Ricean PDF is approximated as Gaussian PDF. So for this is for OOK modulation. And the intersection point between the two PDF curves give the optimal threshold. So V opt approximately equal to AC by 2 when the signal to noise ratio is very, very greater than 1. So we can, by using the signal to noise ratio, we can find out the error probabilities for non-coherent OOK modulation. So PE0 means the probability of error when binary bit 0 was transmitted. Okay, so we have to integrate the PD function for noise, the PD function for the noise alone received signal. That is PAN of y. So then after integrating, then we are getting that final expression for probability of error when binary bit 0 was transmitted, which is equal to exponential of minus gamma b by 2. Similarly, we can find out the probability of error when the binary bit 1 was transmitted. So that time the received signal sample consists of signal term plus noise term. So we can integrate the PDF function P of y. Then it will be equal to Q of square root of gamma b. Or it will be approximately equal to 1 by root 2 by gamma b exponential of minus gamma b by 2. Then coming to the another type of non-coherent modulation, receiver is non-coherent FSK receiver. So frequency shift key modulation. So in binary FSK modulation, it consists of two interleaved OOK signal with the same amplitude AC, but it has a different carrier frequency component, that is F1 and F0, where F1 is the FC plus FD and F0 equal to FC minus FD. So this block diagram shows the non-coherent reduction of binary FSK receiver. Okay, it consists of two parallel channels, and in each channel, it has the bandpass filter and the envelope detector. So the received modulated signal XC of t is given to these two channels, and the upper channel estimate the binary information 1, and the lower channel estimate the binary information 0. And then we can find out the difference between Y1 and Y0. The difference signal is given into the regenerator to estimate the transmit signal AQ. So here in this receiver, the impulse response of the bandpass filter is modeled as H1 of t and H0 of t. It is a matched filter. And here the K equal to AC by EB. Then the bit energy EB equal to E1 equal to E0, which means the bit energy of binary bit 0 and the bit energy of binary bit 1 is equal for OK FSK modulation. And the signal to noise ratio for FSK modulation is approximated as AC squared by sigma squared, or it will be equal to 2 EB by N0, or it will be equal to 2 comma P, where sigma squared is the variance of the noise. Then the frequency spacing between the frequency component F1 and F0, it will be equal to 2FD. It is the integer multiples of the bit rate to RB. So this condition ensures that the bandpass filters effectively separate the two frequencies, and that two bandpass noise waveforms are uncorrelated at the sampling instance. Okay, so if it is integer multiples of RB, then the bandpass noise waveform from these two frequencies uncorrelated to each other. Okay, so now assume that when the binary bit 1 was transmitted, then the amplitude is AK equal to 1. Then that time the sampled values at the upper branch signal follow the Ricine distribution. And when the binary bit 0 was transmitted, then AK equal to 0. Then sample value of the received signal in the lower branch follow the Rayleigh distribution. So for binary bit 0, the received signal follow Rayleigh distribution. For binary 1, the received signal follow the Ricine distribution. Then the regeneration is performed based on the envelope difference between the Y1 and Y0 of received signal. So Y1 when the binary bit 1 is transmitted, Y0 when the binary bit 0 was transmitted. So the corresponding sample values is Y1 of Tk minus Y0 of Tk. Then and the threshold for FSK modulation is fixed to 0, B equal to 0. Therefore, the probability of error for non-congruent FSK is PE equal to probability of Y0 greater than Y1 given H1. So we have to substitute the PD function for the respective conditional probabilities. Okay, when binary bit 1 means we can apply the Rayleigh distribution. Binary bit 1 is we can apply the Ricine distribution, and for binary bit 0 we can apply the Rayleigh distribution. So we can apply the respective PD function, and then we can integrate, we can get the probability of error for non-congruent FSK modulation. So here we are using that the modified Bessel function I0. Okay, so the I0 of AC Y1 by sigma square is the modified Bessel function of first kind with a 0 order. Let lambda equal to root 2 Y1 and alpha equal to AC by root 2. You can see in the above expression of probability of error where there is a Y1 and a AC. Now we can replace Y1 and AC by this lambda and alpha. So we can modify the probability of error expression for non-congruent FSK in this form. Here we are replacing the Y1 by lambda by root 2 and AC by alpha by root 2. AC by alpha into root 2. Then AC squared equal to alpha squared 2. So 2 alpha squared. Okay, so then here you can see here there are 2 alpha squared. We have to split this in exponential. So we can split 2 alpha squared equal to alpha squared plus alpha squared. So the exponential term, we are splitting these 2 alpha squared, taking 1 alpha squared outside. So it is exponential of minus alpha squared by 2 sigma squared. So 2 sigma squared is common for both exponential term. Then we can replace this alpha by AC by AC. So alpha equal to AC by root 2. So we are getting minus AC squared by 2. Substitute replacing alpha squared by AC squared by 2. Then it becomes exponential of minus AC squared by 4 sigma squared. And here lambda sigma squared is there, and 1 by root 2. Here also 1 by root 2 is there, so 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 exponential of minus ac squared, ac squared by 4 sigma squared, integration 0 to infinity, that lambda by sigma squared, then exponential of minus lambda squared plus sigma squared 2 sigma squared into the modified Bessel function of first kind 0 order, that is I naught of alpha lambda by sigma squared. So here the integration term give the unity. Therefore, we can simplify the probability of bit error for FSK modulation. It will be equal to 1 by 2 exponential of minus gamma b by 2 is the final expression for probability of error for FSK modulation. Then we are going to discuss about the quadrature carrier MRI system. So in MRI system, the source information can be grouped into debits that is represented by the multiplying the in-phase component and the quadrature component. Okay, so each debit correspond to one symbol. Then the debit rate R equal to half of the bit rate, that is RB by 2. And then the duration of the rectangular pulse equal to 1 by R. It will be equal to 2 times of bit duration. So now consider for the kth bit interval, the modulated waveform for carrier quadrature carrier modulation is xc of t equal to the difference between in-phase component and the quadrature component. So here the Si of t is the in-phase component, Sq of t is the quadrature component. Then Ik and Qk is the amplitude level for the in-phase and the quadrature component respectively. Then the signal energy will be calculated by integrating the modulated signal. It will be equal to, finally we are getting AC squared by AC squared into D. Then the debit energy E equal to 2 times of bit energy. So from that EB, the bit energy equal to AC squared D by 2. Then the quadrature carrier receiver is implemented with the 2 correlation detectors. And each correlator performs the coherent binary detection independent of other. So hence the average error probability per bit is for quadrature carrier modulation is PBE equal to Q of 2 gamma B, where Q means Q function. So this block diagram shows the quadrature carrier receiver with the correlation detector. So the quadrature carrier means we are using 2 parallel channel, one for in-phase and another one for quadrature. And each channel consists of the correlator, that is a multiplier, and a integrator and a regenerator. Then the output of in-phase and quadrature channel, that is IK cap and QK cap, given to the data converter. Data converter estimate in the message bit M cap. Okay, then we are going to discuss the last topic, MRA PSK system, MRA phase shift keying modulation techniques. So in this case, the carrier is synchronized with the modulation, and the FC is harmonically related to symbol rate R. And the modulated signal, again, they are represented by the difference between in-phase and the quadrature signal waveforms. So where Si of t is the in-phase component, Sq of t is the quadrature component. Here you can see that cos pi k and sin pi k is ensure the carrier phase modulation, the phase shift keying modulation, where pi k equal to 2 pi ak by m, where ak varies from 0 to m minus 1. So it may be a m may be a 4, m may be a 8, and so on. So depend upon the type of modulation, we can change the variable m. Then the signal energy per symbol will be calculated for MRI PSK. That is E equal to 1 by 2 into AC squared by AC squared into D. So the symbol energy, signal energy per symbol. Then the bit energy will be calculated, that is EB equal to the ratio of E by log to M. Here the log to M give the number of bits per symbol. The transmission bandwidth is related with the input rate, that is BT approximately equal to R then the bit rate, the input rate is related with bit rate, that is RB by log to m, where log to m is number of bits in each symbol. So this block diagram shows the coherent MRI PSK receiver. So this is a correlator based receiver. So it consists of two channel for in phase and quadrature channel, and each channel there is a correlator or multiplier. Where the one of the input is that the carrier signals, and then we are using the integrator. So the input signal is Xe of t plus noise, the received signal given into the both in phase and quadrature channel, where the correlator is present. Then the input to received signal is multiplied with the carrier phase signal. Then the output of the correlator given to the integrator. Then it will give the Yi for quadrature channel YQ. This will be given to the phase regenerator for MRI PSK receiver. Then phase regenerator, it estimate the phase information pi k cap. Assume that there is no noise, then the quadrature correlator produces Zi of tk and Zq of tk is dependent on AC cos pi k and AC sin pi k. The phase information of in phase and quadrature component, where pi k is arc 10 of ratio of Zq by Zi. Then the received noisy samples are denoted by Yi and YQ for in phase quadrature. It consists of two terms in signal terms. The signal term is AC cos pi k, noise term is Ni. And here the noise component, in phase and quadrature noise components are independent to each other, and it has the zero mean, and the variance sigma squared equal to N naught into R. And another important point in MRI PSK is the regenerator. The generator has M angular thresholds, and it is equispaced by 2 pi by M. And it selects the point from the signal constellation whose angle is closest to arctan of YQ by Yi. And in the signal constellation diagram, we can observe that the circular, it is circularly symmetric. Hence, the all phase angles have the same error probability. So that for initial phase pi k equal to 0, arc10 of the ratio of nq by AC plus Ni equal to pi. So this diagram shows the decision threshold for MRI PSK. This is for 8 PSK modulation signal cancellation diagram. There are 8 signal points are located in this two-dimensional diagram, and all the points having the equal amplitude, that is AC. Here you can see that each point is separated by the space 2 pi by m, and the point is centered between the pi by m, between 2 pi by m, and if the angle pi is less than pi by m, then the received signal containing no errors. When the angle is exceed pi by m, then the received signal becomes the error signal. So based on that condition, we can find out the probability of error for MRI PSK. So therefore, the simple error probability for MRI PSK is the probability of modulus of pi is greater than pi by m. Or you can write it will be equal to 1 minus probability of pi less than pi by m. So therefore, it will be equal to 1 minus integration minus pi by m to plus pi by m, the PD function of the phase of the received signal. So the PD function of the phase of the received signal is P of pi is expressed in this form. And for small values of phase, it is approximated as Gaussian with the mean 0 and the variance sigma squared by AC squared. Then apply the PD function of the carrier the phase P of pi, and replace AC squared by sigma squared by 2E by N naught. Then the probability of error for MRI PSK is depends on the signal to noise ratio E by N naught and the carrier phase information pi. So this is the waveform for the PDF function of the carrier phase. Okay. So it will transmit from the shape of the PDF of the phase is transmit from uniform distribution into the Gaussian distribution. When the carrier amplitude AC vary from 0 to 2 sigma. When the carrier amplitude AC equals 0, then the PDF of phase follow the uniform distribution. Okay, you can see here, and if the carrier amplitude is increasing or it is large, then the shape of the phase of the PDF function is following the Gaussian distribution. And this is the one type of receiver we are using for higher order modulation, MRI PSK modulation, that is decision feedback PLL system, phase locked loop system. So here what we are doing, the estimated carrier phase 5K, it is used as a control signal. It is used as a control signal to the voltage control oscillator. Okay. So that it can correct the any phase error in the voltage control oscillator. So in that case, we can assume that the signal to noise ratio is greater than 1 and the number of symbols M is greater than or equal to 4. Then we can approximate the probability of error for MRI PSK is 2 into Q of square root of 4 EB by N naught sine squared pi by 2M. Thank you. So in this session, we discussed about the non-coherent binary detection in the communication system. In that, we studied about the non-coherent OK, non-coherent FSK modulation. Then we studied about the quadrature carrier modulation. Then we studied about MRA PSK modulation. Thank you.